Hey, there's nothing more American than multifamily value-add properties. As a matter of fact, President Trump's dad was able to build thousands of homes, and then he built low family housing. And so when I talk about that, I'm talking about the working class, and everybody needs roofs over their heads. But the truth is that with a little bit of a spruce, you can add the value. When we got here, the landscaping was desolate. Now, Ben Inman, the guy who coordinated this entire thing, he is an ex-landscape architect, so he knew exactly how to get the right landscaping in here. We brought in a bunch of palm trees, and let me show you a little bit about what the landscaping does for the appeal. All right, guys, we're gonna give you a tour of this property, and I'm gonna break down the cost of repairs. Now, when you're dealing with a bank, they're always like, your price is too high, your price is too high. Right now, they're resurfacing the pool. We replaced all the exterior. We got a new fence over there. We've got, I don't know all the expenses, so I'm gonna estimate them, round values. There's a lot of improvements going on here. The first is the roof replacements. With all the roof replacements, we're up to about $500,000 in value, okay? Now, the one thing about these properties is, since we're contractors and since our partner, Ben Inman, so Ben is like a guy who knows how to get the best value from contractors. He's a master at it. And he got the painters in here to come in here and do this job. I think the job's about 50 grand. I thought this touch to the siding, Ben had this idea to add the cedar siding here as a value add to the outside. It looks really great. And we have approximately 42,000 bucks into the siding. Now, you know, with the interior, the thing about, you know, having some experience in the space and partnering with a guy, you know, Ben's got connections to where, you know, he's able to get wholesale pricing on cabinets and the insides, and that's really where you can improve the rent prices. And so I'm gonna take you inside of a renovated unit. There's a renovated unit. I'll take you inside and show you, but we've budgeted about $2,000 per unit, and across the board, total, it's about 200,000 bucks. As we go, you see all these new palm trees, and we've got some new palm trees coming in. This really just makes the whole place feel different. I'll show you a little before and after of what it's like. But you know, the real deal is that these properties were completely undervalued. And you know, at $800 a month on a waterside property, you know, to me, you can't find anywhere really of decent living for 800 bucks a month in this area. No. There's a lot of job growth. They're placing an insurance agency with thousands of hires just right up the road. And so the rents are gonna be raised to about 1,200 bucks a month. Some of the end units over there that are on the water have already rented for even higher than that. And so I know that quickly that we're gonna add 30% to the net profit. And the way that you roof your way to retirement is you take money from roofs, you put them into multifamily properties. All these improvements wouldn't be possible without a partnership with the bank. Now, the bank will not allow you to overpay for repairs. As a matter of fact, they told me my roof estimate was too high. And sometimes you actually have to wait on money and funding from the bank. You have to put this money out. So it's a high capital, you know, a lot of people can't make this thing because this property's listing price was at $11 million. You know, at about 100 units, you know, you're a little over 100,000 a unit. The value that you add, if you're able to add 30% to the rents, it really takes the property from being worth $11 million. And with this net operating income, you know, we look to, you know, get it to where, you know, we're making $120,000 net profit. And the way that would happen every single month would be, you know, a steady increase in rent. And over the next 5 years, this property could be worth 15 to 16 million, maybe 17 on the high side. In 7 years, it's gonna be worth 18 to 20 million. 8 years, 9 years, it's gonna be worth as much as $22 million. Rents are gonna continue to go up. A property like this could even command in the future with improvements, all these improvements, even $1,800 rents. You could see how with new insides. Now, were you here when we first came?
Yeah, it was painted brown. The shingles were dilapidated, falling off the roof. There was a lot of leaks, and you could just tell it was just a different environment. It was a lot dirtier.
Okay, so let me explain the cap rate. Okay, so first of all, you have to figure out the monthly rent. You got $1,200 a month times 12. That's where we're going. Okay. And then you got net operating costs for management. Usually, you know, management costs could be as high as 6%, but if you do it in-house, it can be cheaper. Then you have your maintenance, you know, you have all those expenses that come out, and in the end, you're left with net profit, just like you are in a construction project. Now, you wanna take that net profit and you wanna divide it by your cap rate. And, you know, the way that cap rate works is simple. You know, you take the value of the property and you find the net profit, and that determines the cap rate. So if you take your net profit right there,
5.8K.
All right,
a year per unit.
So basically, when you are able to bring rents up to $1,200 a month, you are able to make this property worth $18 million, and the cost for property management and stuff will come out. The rent will have to be at $1,200 a month profit. It will probably be at $1,300 or $1,400 a month rents before it gets to that point. But you know, we were able to take a $2 million loan, and $2 million loan, okay, right, $2 million, $2 million right here, okay. We got $2 million hard cash. Then we have 500,000, 50, 42, 2. So that's 592. Then we got 792. We got
940.
So we got 940,000 into it. Okay, and next you got to figure out, you know, costs of you know, your interest every single month, and over the course of the year it's 4% annualized interest. So we can figure that out. 1.1 million. All right, and you know, you subtract, this is the money, that's the money that we have into it. So we have about 3.1 million into it. And if you are, you know, bringing this property up to $1,200 a month profit, you're up to $18 million. And when you exit that, you owe the bank the difference on 11. So if you subtract 11 million and 8 million, that you got $3 million to pay back.
Yep.
Okay, so when the property sells in 6 years for $18 million, okay, we're able to pay that loan off, okay, and we're able to cover all our costs, and we're able to take that $4 million and let's see, seven would be 4. So we're able to take $3.1 million and turn it into about $6 million in 2 years. And so in all these hard times, protecting your money, you put it into hard assets like this. And I can tell you that when you invest into multifamily networks, you can have the opportunity to do the roof jobs, have the opportunity to do the siding jobs, have the opportunity to do the paint jobs. You can put those profits into future deals. And so if you want to take, you know, let's say you don't have $2 million, you say you only have 250,000. Well, you could put your 250,000 in with my money, and the way it works is simply you can be a passive investor in this deal, and you can multiply your money over the course of the same time, 6-7 years, and double on a property like this. Now, this was a dream because we acquired this property at $800 a month, and it's quickly going to be able to profit $1,200 a month rents. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go see the inside.